So question number 5th. The energy required to charge a parallel plate condenser of plate separation D and plate area of cross section A such that the uniform electric field between the plates is E is. So we know that to charge something we need a cell or a battery. So energy given by cell is CV square. So we know that the value of C for a parallel plate capacitor is A E naught by D, and the value of V is equal to E into D. It is just a modified form of E is equal to dV by dr. Now we will just put the values here. Value of C we will put here, and V square we will put it from here. So 1D and 1D will be cut. So our answer will be E is equal to A E naught E square D. So here our correct option is E naught E square by AD. Now question number 6. A roller coaster is designed such that rider experience weightlessness as they go around the top of hill whose radius of curvature is 20 meter. The speed of the car at the top of hill is between. So here the free body diagram is this, where V will be outside and N will be up and mg will be down, and this line is the radius of curvature. So for weightless N will be 0, and our equation for free body diagram is this: mg minus N is equal to mv square by r. So here we know that so for weightless N is equal to 0, so mv square will be equal to mg. So here the value of V will be under root rg. We had done nothing, just we had cut m from both sides, and this will be and this is the equation. So r is equal to 20 meter. Now we will just put the values of value of r and value of g. So is equal to 14.4 meter per second square. So here it is between 14 meter per second and 15 meter per second. Now next question. The ratio of the radii of gyration of a circular disc to that of circular ring, each of same mass and radius, around their respective axis is. We know that radius of gyration, that is K, is equal to root I under root I by m. So here we had to know the ratio of disc and ring. So it will be K disc by K ring I by I under root I disc by I ring. We had just removed m because mass and radius are same for both of the discs, for both disc and ring. So K disc by K ring is equal to half mr square, which is moment of inertia of disc, and moment of inertia of ring, which is mr square. So our correct ratio will be 1 is to root 2. So here our correct option is 1 is to root 2. Now question number 8. The work function of a surface of a photosensitive material is 6.2 electron volt. The wavelength of the incident radiation for which the stopping potential is 5 volt lies in the. So here laws of photoelectric effect is Ke max is equal to kinetic energy maximum is equal to E minus H nu naught, that is work function. So here it's E is equal to Ke max plus H nu naught. We had just moved work function from left to right. Now E is equal to H nu naught, and the value of Ke max is given 5 volt, and work function is also given 6.2 electron volt. So we will just put the values and get the answer 11.2 electron volt. We know that H nu is also written as H C by lambda. So we will just substitute the values of H and C, and we will get lambda is equal to 12,400 by 11.2 angstrom. So our correct answer will be 1000 angstrom, which will lie in the ultraviolet region. So here our correct option is ultraviolet region. Now question number 9. The ground state energy of hydrogen atom is minus 13.6 electron volt. When its electron is in its first excitation state, its excitation energy is, so here the question is telling that the hydrogen atom is going from ground state to first excited state. So let's see. So a ground state is, the energy in ground state is E is equal to minus 13.6 electron volt by 1, as the formula is E is equal to minus 13.6 electron volt by n square. So in first ground state, the energy, the value of n will be 1. So E1 is equal to minus 13.6 electron volt. In first excited state, the value of n will be 2. So E2 is equal to minus 13.6 electron volt by 2 square. So the difference between the two energy levels is delta E is equal to E2 minus E1, that is minus 13.6 by 4 minus 13.6, that is 10.2 electron volt. So our correct option is 10.2 electron volt. Now question number 10. A current of 3 ampere flows through the 2 ohm resistor shown in the circuit. The power dissipated in the 5 ohm resistor is, as we know that here 2 ohm, 4 ohm, 1 ohm and 5 ohm are in parallel. So in parallel, voltage is same in 2 ohm, 4 ohm and 1 ohm and 5 ohm. So there is the flow of voltage is same between the three of them. So first we will calculate the voltage of 2 ohm, voltage across 2 ohm, then we will put it the same voltage in both of them and just see the solution. Here voltage across 2 ohm is 2 into 3, that is 6 volt. We know that V is equal to IR, so I is the resistance and 3 is the current which is given. So it's 6 volt. Now voltage across 5 and 1 ohm will be 6 volt. Now current will be same in series. So the current which will be flowing from 1 ohm will be same as the current flowing from 5 ohm. So current is equal to V by R. So V value is 6 and R is 1 plus 5, that is 1 ampere. So power across 5 ohm is equal to P is equal to I square R, that is 1 ohm into 5, that is 5 watt. So yeah, correct option is 5 watt. Now question number 11. A PN diode is made of a material with a band gap of 2 electron volt. The minimum frequency of radiation that can be absorbed by the material is nearly. So here we know that energy of radiation is equal to band gap energy. So energy of radiation is equal to H nu, that is 2 electron volt. Band gap energy is given. So we will just shift H from right to left and then we will get this value 2 electron volt, 2 into electron volt, this is the value of electron volt, and 6 is 6 into 6, 6.6 into 10 to the power minus 34 is Planck's constant. So our correct option is 5 into 10 to the power 4 Hertz. So our correct option is 5 into 10 to the power 14 Hertz. Now question number 12. Water falls from a height of 60 meter at a rate of 15 kilogram per second to operate a turbine. The loss due to which frictional forces are 10% of energy, how much power is generated by the turbine? So we know that power generated is equal to power supplied minus power loss. So let's see. So know that energy used per second to operate turbine is energy per second, E by T is equal to, we know that power and energy are same. So the formula of power is force per unit. So here will be mgh by T. So here is 15 into 10 into 16 joule. So the answer is 9000 joule. So power generated is equal to power supplied minus power loss, which is 9000 minus 981 joule 100 joule per second is 8.1 kilowatt.